think that President Ruto will still be in power. I don't think so. If he had joined the ANC and they said, okay, we are now delegating sovereign power to you, leader of the opposition, that would have, again. But the issue in Kenya is that we have never had an opposition since KPU was banned in '69. So you don't have an opposition that you can say this opposition in terms of the liberal democracy, where the opposition is supposed to challenge the policies of the government, where there are differences in ideology and politics. Okay, there isn't, and that is their equal genius, and that's how it is. But there is an emerging alternative political leadership on the horizon. We hope it won't stay there. We hope that, Moi told us that Kanu dictatorship will rule for 100 years after he dies. Me, I think if Kanu dictatorship is going to be 62 in December, right? So if the Gen Z and millennials shorten their period and with an alternative political leadership, I'll die in peace. Thanks.
Thank you. All right. So with that, we now conclude the question and answer. And we want to just express our gratitude to you, Dr. Willy Mutunga, for joining us. So initially, this has been a journey. This is a conversation that started with Professor Ali Mazrui, who is very close friends with Willy Mutunga. And there were other people who were also coming, like Feroz, Senior Counsel Feroz, the late Senior Counsel Feroz, who's also someone that Dr. Willy Mutunga knows very well. So maybe in your closing remarks, you can just share with us, because Senior Counsel Feroz became a close friend of Kesa last year, and we were all looking forward to being with him here in Atlanta this year. He delighted us so much, and it's just very unfortunate that we lost him. Can you please, in concluding remarks, just help us just remember him? How do you know Senior Counsel Feroz? Who was he to you?
Yeah, it's thanks for asking that question, because I'm writing something on Feroz. I'm writing it for the platform, okay? And I'm using the same title I used when I wrote a tribute for Mjomba Ali, growing with Professor Ali Mazrui. I also wrote another piece, growing up with Jaramogi Odinga, who still remains my political father. So Feroz Nowrojee for me was many things. He was a brother, he was a comrade, he was my mentor, and my teacher as well. And what I will emphasize in the paper that I'm writing is something that hasn't been covered by everyone. This is in terms of activism. When we started embryonic public interest litigation, there was something called the jurisprudence of technicalities. If you filed anything and it had technical errors, it was thrown out. So your actual substantive matter was never done. So we would go to Nowrojee, was great in preparing what we call pleadings, so that they are not struck down before we even hear the matter. And so he was brilliant in terms of knowing what the law was, the procedures. But then, as a lawyer, he also practiced law within its historical and socio-economic context and the political context. So he was what a lot of lawyers would love to be, not just saying the law is the law, but also getting into the politics of it, peoples of it and so forth. And that's why he was, a great teacher, a great poet, writer, very, 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 very articulate, and helped us a lot during those days when the judges were very brutal. And the second thing I wanted to say about Nowrojee, which hasn't been spoken about, Nowrojee faced quite a number of what are called contempts of court, where a judge says you should be jailed because you have defamed the court or you've done this and so forth. And he always used to wait them because you would raise issues knowing very well how to defend himself, and in that way he was a great advocate in terms of challenging and resisting judicial arrogance, judicial impunity, and judicial fascism during those times. So yeah, a great person, also a great Kenyan. Nowrojee accepted everybody from any community. It was really a beacon of what Kenyan citizenry should be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So on behalf of the entire organization, Kenya Scholars and Studies Association, we had something to give you, I guess, when you next come to the US, or we'll find a way of getting it to you. So I just say thank you very much. We appreciate the time you've spent with us. We appreciate the thoughts that you've left us with, the advice that you've also shared with us, your experience. I know that you had said you don't like talking about yourself, but we got a little bit here and there, and we appreciate that. And thank you for also taking a few minutes to reflect on the legacy and the contributions made by Snr Counsel Nowrojee. So thank you, asante sana.
Thank you. Please don't forget to share that article on organic intellectuals.
Definitely, it will be shared. Asante sana.
Asante sana. Goodbye.
Goodbye. So I will leave the